Assalamu alaikum. My name is Amira Sidi. This video is about how I converted to Islam. I was a Christian and I'm from Brazil, and I did not know anything about Islam. I knew a few things, like they believe in Allah and they say Assalamu alaikum, and in my mind just Arabs could be Muslims. I did not think that Islam is just a religion. You don't need to be Arab to be a Muslim. And I used to be happy as a Christian. I never thought about changing religion. I never thought I was not happy as a Christian. But I used to think that many things in Christianity were not true. I did not agree with many things, but I did not know how to find answers. I tried to read in the Bible and I tried to ask people in the church, but I was not happy with the answers. But I was okay about it, and for many years I was okay about it, because as a Christian I used to have the kind of life that sometimes I would go to the church, but for months I would just do what makes me happy, just go and meet my friends and go to the cinema, or just stay at home watching TV, and that was okay for me. I would not feel, because in my mind I always felt like you don't need to go to a place to worship God, because He can see everything, and if you're in your home and your intentions, and if you pray, if it's all about God, He can see it, and that was enough for me. So that's why I would not feel so obsessed about going to the church. But I always thought that I was someone religious, but it was not good for me to not go to the church, because I always thought that Christianity did not give me the limits that I think I needed in my life, because I used to think it's okay for me to do whatever I want, and to go to the places where I wanted to go and have the kind of life that I had, as long as I believe in Jesus, and as long as I think I'm a good person. So I was okay, when I was a Christian. I used to think that was okay, So the first contact that I had with Islam was when I was trying to learn English 5 years ago. I met some Muslims on a website to practice languages, and I don't know why, I just thought to myself, I'm going to ask these people about the religion, and maybe I can convince them to become Christians, because I think they need to know about Jesus. And when I asked one guy about his religion, and he said he was a Muslim, I asked him, did you hear about Jesus? Did you ever heard about Jesus? And he said, of course I heard about Jesus. I'm Muslim, and Muslims, they love Jesus, and if they don't love Jesus, they can't go to paradise. And I was like, what? How is that? How can you be a Muslim and you believe in Jesus? Because I think just Christians believe in Jesus. And he said, no, you must search on Google how Muslims believe in Jesus, and you understand what I'm talking about. And I was like, wow, that's really something, that I was not expecting. That was a big surprise for me. So in that day, I continued to ask many questions about Islam. What's the view of Islam about many things, and I noticed that many things that that guy told me was exactly as I used to believe that a religion should be. And after that day, I started to search for Muslims online, on Facebook, on in everywhere that I could add them to my social medias, and I could talk to them and ask questions. And I started to search on Google for many things, and I made many friends, and they were helping me a lot to find the answers. But I would search, from the Christian point of view. Also, I would search the answers from the Islamic point of view, because I did not want to be influenced by just one religion. I wanted to find the answers, by myself. And it became very important to me to find the answers, because it came to a point where I understood, I needed to find the answer. Which religion should I follow? Because I understood that if I take the wrong decision, it would mean a bad thing for me, because as a Christian, you believe that you must believe in Jesus in order to go to heaven. You must believe that Jesus is the Son of God. You must believe that He came here to save us, or you're not going to heaven. And Islam says that He's not God. So if you accept Islam as your religion, so you are refusing to believe that He came here to save you. And as a Muslim, you believe that Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam came here as a prophet of God. So a Christian doesn't believe in Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam. So it was a decision that I had to take, and it was very important for me. So I started to be very stressed about it. Many times I was crying because I did not know what to do. And the more I searched for the answers, more things I found, like people talking bad about Muslims, accusing Muslims of doing many bad things, and that was very scary for me. And one day I understood that as Christian, I found many bad people using the name of the religion to do bad things to others. And as Muslim, we can find the same problem. We can find people claiming to be Muslims, trying to use the things from Quran to do bad things and to justify their behavior. And I came to a point where I understood, yes, it's not about people that I must become a Muslim or remain as a Christian. It's because of what I believe, what I find in the books, and what I think is the best thing to do. So I remember that one day I watched some videos about Ramadan, and I was thinking, wow, that's really amazing. How can someone fast 30 days in a month, 30 days in a year, for the sake of God, and pray 5 times a day and all these things. So I started to feel like I don't want to be a Muslim, but I want to do these things. I want to fast. I want to pray more every day. I want to cover my body, and I wanted to follow the things that Muslims do, but I was scared to take the decision and become a Muslim, because all my life I was a Christian. It's not an easy decision that you just wake up one day and say, yeah, I'm going to be a Muslim. It must be something that you understand what it means to your life. And I remember one day I just decided to pray like the Muslims do. I put my face in the floor and I started to cry and pray and ask God, please help me to take the decision, show me what's the path that I must follow, because I could not take that decision by myself. I did not know which path I should follow, but I wanted to do the right thing, So after that day, I just tried to relax and wait for God to answer my prayer, and I started to feel like, yes, that's the thing that I must do. I don't want to die, before I take my shahada. So I started to search for my friend online, and he was moving to other country in those days. And I did not know any Muslims in the place where I was living, because it's hard to see Muslims in Brazil. Now, the Muslim community is growing, alhamdulillah, but the days when I became Muslim, I never saw a girl wearing hijab in my country. I never heard about Muslims in my country, and I searched for people to help me to become a Muslim, but I did not find anybody in those days. So I had to ask my friend to be a witness of my shahada. So I tried to call him, and he was never online. And then I started to be like desperate, and I started to feel like, what if I died today without taking shahada? I must take my shahada. I must take my shahada. So I started to ask him, please talk to me. I took my decision. I needed to be a Muslim. And then he found a way to connect on internet, and he came and helped me to take the shahada. And I felt like, in that moment, I felt like something like, wow, I think now I'm Muslim. I can't believe. And I felt something good. I told him, I feel that I can do something good as a Muslim. It made me very happy, but very scared as well, because it's like, in that moment I was not the person that I used to be for the years before. And the days after I took the shahada, I started to feel like, no, I think it did not happen. I think I did not take shahada. I think that was just a dream. And then slowly, when I started to meet the new friends in my city, I started to introduce myself, saying, hey, I'm a Muslim. And then that's when I started to accept that, yes, I'm a Muslim, alhamdulillah. And after a few days, I started to change the way that I was dressing. After some days, I started to wear the hijab. I could not feel good anymore going to the street. not wearing hijab or showing my body, and that's it. If you believe in something, you must go for it, you know. You must try hard to find the answers and follow what you think is the right thing. And you must think, you know, the answers are there for you. So you must try your best to learn everything that you can about God and see what He wants from you. Thank you very much for watching. Assalamu alaikum.